Thank you for your interest in Logical English. This short video is an attempt to explain how this data protection policy example came to be. But before, please let me show you that the best way to start with Logical English is by reading this notebook in the section of examples of the server, in which you will be able to see the British nationality at example, quickly see the structure of document in Logical English, and also you could also consult the syntax of LE explained below that example. But what we have to say is basically a Logical English document is a structure with a set of declarations at the beginning, at the head of the document, followed by the rules of a knowledge base, the scenarios, and the query. That's exactly what we have in this data protection policy example. First of all, let me say that this first line number 1 and up to 3 at top here, are prologue codes, so please forgive us for having that. That's a temporary measure. We hope to have soon enough an editor in which we will be able to write from here on. The target language is Prolog, by signaling that we're going to translate English into Prolog, among other choices we have, of course. Also, an important detail is that we can have comments inside the document, and anything starting with an ampersand, a percentage symbol like this, up to the end of the line is a comment. So it's not going to be processed by the parser at all, and it can be used to leave messages for the human users, readers. After that, we have a number of sections, and the most fundamental one is this section of the templates. And templates are a declaration of the structure of the propositions that are being used in the code. So they basically look like propositions, except that in some cases they do have other components, like down here in this example we have this, for instance, 931 government requirement an ID is met, that a structure asterisk an ID etc. is intended to allocate a variable in the proposition that are built with that template, so that we can later on say that things like this, for instance, this is all a whole set of things. Government requirement 1 is met. See, the number 1 is taken, is filling the place of that variable in that rule. So after the templates, I just went over very quickly, are finished, we have this section with the rules that start with a statement like this. The knowledge base with a name. Data protection policy includes the list of rules that we are going to have in our knowledge base, and things like this are obtained from, in this case, examples of some specification in something like a more general form of English. So this is the structure of the rules, and in this example I just want to say that we have rules with indentation being exploited to indicate the parser that we have a complex structure, in this case 2 conditions inside the rule, and this is basically a list of conditions separated by the corresponding operator, in this case an AND operator that we are using in the example. So everything else is just the expression in English, in the control form of Logical English, of the specification that we have, and in this case is kept as comments just for reference. The actual code is this, and that thing, after it's been fed with all the information in the scenario section down here, scenario 1, this is the basic information we provide, and being provided a query, which is also included as part of the document, and is then referred by the name of the query, in this case 1, can be used to answer that query. And that's what we have. In this case, it's a very simple interaction because we have just very topmost goal. All policy objectives are met. It's been proved to be true, but that doesn't provide much information because, well, it's not being exploited properly. Perhaps with something like this, we can have a display of the structure of the whole document, because we are using all of the rules that we are given to actually explain, justify the conclusion that we have reached. And as you can see, we can follow the process of the whole justification. And if we need to see where that particular proposition or information came, you can click on the KB and go back to the original source of the reasoning. So that was basically a very quick introduction of the structure and on the way we organize this document of the data protection policy in logical English. Thank you.